The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy. Hi, John. John Smith, Green Man Exterminator, is with us again. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker of Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, and with John Smith and my husband, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How you doing today?
Very good. Better ride here today.
Yes, better. And today we got
calmer.
We got the bug man today.
Yes, we do. We're going to talk about a lot of things that we find in our homes that we don't want living with us, right? We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors who've been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for 50-plus years.
During the week, feel free to email us any questions you have, or if you want to suggest a topic, you can send it to questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com, or you can give us a call, 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab. We have a webcam on the roof, and you get a live view of Dunmore Corners. It's pretty cool sometimes.
Look us up on social media, view our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com, where we also have all the podcast apps that we feature the radio show on. Okay, John Smith, Green Man Exterminator, good morning.
Good morning. Another beautiful day today.
Yes, and we're happy that you're with us today. Thank you so much for coming in 2 weeks in a row.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. We talked about ticks, bed bugs.
Rats, I think we talked about.
Yeah, last week. So we're going to talk about other things this week. And, you provide a high success rate, and you use natural organic products. That's why you're called Green Man Exterminator.
Yes.
Yes.
And you went to Penn State, too, to learn all of this?
Yes. Yeah, I went to Penn State.
After a personal experience with ticks, and then you were amazed with your results, right? So you found a natural remedy, you took care of a problem, and now you're sharing it with the world, at least the world we live in.
Yes.
How far do you go? Where are you based? Where do you go? And how long have you been doing this?
We're based in the Poconos. We go all over. We travel up to an hour and a half in all directions. We have plenty of techs, plenty of cars. We started in 2009, and we've been going strong ever since. When we first opened, one of our rules was that we want to go 100% green. We don't want to spray any chemicals. And we kept that promise. We don't spray chemicals. And our botanicals wipe out all bugs.
I find it fascinating how nature can provide its own solutions. And so you found a way to, and you don't have to, you found a way to take care of these things that cause all of us anxiety and worry.
You get rid of the pests that cause anxiety and worry. And if she sees a spider, she screams.
Yes. So, these things are a bother to many people, and there's bad. We talked about this last week. There's bad insects, and there's also good insects. You mentioned spiders, one of the ones that I cannot stand as a good insect. I can't imagine.
Oh, there's good and bad spiders. There's the garden spiders that are good. They're yellow and black. They're beautiful. They hang in your garden. They eat the bugs. They don't really bother you. They don't want to bite you. But I can't even get into that. People have phobias of spiders, and
it's a real
we
thing.
We get a lot of spider calls. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a guy on one time, and he says, you're never more than 3 feet away from a spider. No matter where you are. He says, they are everywhere.
Yeah, he's got a phobia.
I'm sitting here, I'm looking around, I'm going, where's the damn spider?
Yeah, people have phobias. We deal with a lot of phobias. That's okay. We don't mind. We're very patient, so there's no worries. We understand your fear. We really do, especially with spiders. I have 3 daughters. 2, they don't really care about spiders. They'll put them in a jar. One will put it in a jar and keep it next to her computer desk. and look at it all day, and now she wants a pet tarantula.
Oh, nice.
My other daughter, she's like you, Jackie. She runs the other way.
Well, they always, my guys know when I come across a spider in my house, because wherever they are, wherever I am, I let out this
A scream.
like a really loud scream.
Shrill.
You would really think that someone was being murdered. So, I mean, I just don't like seeing them ever.
Yeah. There's really no poisonous spiders that I'm aware of in PA that are in homes. We do have the black widows and the brown recluse, but they're rare, very rare.
All right. I don't want to talk about
don't
that
worry.
anymore.
There's lots of ants down here.
What about, yes, we see a lot of ants in what
Ants
we do.
love Scranton.
Yes. Black ants.
Yeah, the carpenter ants and then the little pavement ants.
So how do they get into the house? I know the answers to this. So what do they go? They go from the outside and then they make a path, right?
Yeah, they use your front door. They'll go right underneath. Boop. Right under the step. Well, they're always looking for food. So the mother nest will send out her foragers, the soldiers, and they'll look all around for something. And when they find it, they will leave a little scent trail. And they'll bring it back to the nest, the scent trail, and then here they come. They'll come in.
The invasion is on.
The invasion's on. Ho, hee, ho. And they'll carry it right in and right out. They don't care. And carpenter ants eat the wood. So do the pavement ants. Pretty much they all infest wood. Drywall even. They'll even get into your insulation. We've seen everything. But we check for frass, and we do thorough inspections in your basement and attic. Check around for ants. We find it. We treat the area. It's not a big deal. It's not scary. Same with termites. Everybody's afraid of termites, but termites aren't really scary for us either. We use green baits. We circle the property. We spray the nematodes. We find the mother nest. We find the termite mother nest. We bait them and just wipe them out. And then we come back and inspect and check, and we treat the wood with our botanicals, conditions the wood and everything. We do not manage ants. A lot of companies, they build themselves as ant managers.
I want an ant killer. That's what I want.
We're ant killers. You don't want them, in your coffee or any crawling around
on
your
the counter.
kitchen, on the counter. They're disgusting, really. Because when ants move around, like that scent trail you were talking about, when they leave their little scent trail, it's not just a scent trail. They also leave parasites and other little goodies in that trail. So if they're walking on your plates and your silverware and they're walking on your table,
right?
You don't want to know what I know.
No, I don't.
I just get rid of them.
But I noticed my mother-in-law had them, and there was a clothesline that went from an old tree right to the house. And I went into the house one night, and I had a flashlight. Somebody said that they come out at night, and that's where they're more active, those ants.
Yeah.
So I had the flashlight, and I'm looking around, and it was like a little highway across the clothesline that the ants were going both ways across this clothesline. I was like, that's how they're getting in. They're coming from the tree. So we treated
from the tree.
We treated the clothesline, and they disappeared. Somebody gave me some bait, and then I baited them, and they went away.
Good for you. Yeah, you're supposed to bait the ants. You really can't spray an ant away. I mean, think about it. You really can't go in a house and spray chemicals and try to spray those ants away. The only way to cure your ant problem is to bait them away. That's it. And then you could spray to deter, but you gotta bait them away.
Yeah, a guy told me, he says,
You gotta collapse them.
He says if you spray them, he says, you're just spreading them around. He says they're running away from the spray, and now they're in other places that they weren't before.
Exactly. You're dealing with a queen. Because she's going to say, where are my foragers with the food? Where are my soldier ants I sent out? And then when she doesn't find them and they don't come back, then she thinks that there's a rival ant nest out there. So now she makes more. She makes more soldiers. Now it's war. So she comes out and they start swarming with wings because you're spraying chemicals. It turns into a mess. Trust me, I've seen it. You just have to bait them away. That's the only way.
How do you find the nest? Like in this situation where they're coming in through the clothesline, like
we're actually pretty easy. Like it sounds scary and difficult, but let's say they're coming in that window.
It could be in the next county.
They could be. The vein could go all the way to the next county.
Right.
I mean, it could be like, the biggest ant nest in the world. But usually it's parallel or perpendicular to where they're getting in. Like if they're getting in the kitchen window, it's usually right outside that window of the nest. Like there was one where she had a green lawn. There was nothing in there, nothing that I could see next to her house, but about 50 yards, right directly in a perfect line from her kitchen window was a rock. And I went out to that rock and flipped it over, and there were the black ants. The mother nest was right there. We baited it, and that was it. Her ant problem was gone. And it was going on for years and years and years. And she said she spent over $3,000. And we went in there for $350, 2 treatments, baited her yard, and they were gone. We actually got it on the first treatment. First rock I flipped. Because we know that
you know what to look for.
Yeah. If they're coming in the backside of your house, the nest is in the back. Usually right outside, parallel or perpendicular to that spot that they're getting in. So that's what we train our techs to do. Plus they're licensed by the Department of Ag, the Game Commission, PA Game Commission. We're licensed by those by that company. So we have everything under our belts, and our techs are trained.
All right. Now, you were talking about termites a minute ago. How can somebody tell if they have termites?
That's hard.
The tubes?
The tubes. Yeah.
But people don't recognize them for what they are.
No. You guys would know. But I don't know. It's you have to do inspections.
And there's a lot of people that don't believe in termites. I can't tell you how many discussions I've had with homeowners that don't believe that a termite is really
a problem.
Wow. There was one down here, because this reminds me almost like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. A lady was dusting her table here in Scranton, and it fell over. The leg just crumbled, and termites were everywhere. Now, what they did is termites move in a straight line. They started from her lawn. They went in one joist, straight across at her porch. They went down the joist, up and over, up another joist, straight into her floor, right up her table leg. I could not believe it. They were. When I went in there, I was like, wow. I followed the line, I tracked them, and then I treated the first log that they went into, the first beam, treated it, dusted it. Then we baited outside, and then we sprayed nematodes outside, and we wiped out the termites where we could see. We then went back and did further inspections and dug around, and this was about a month later, we found more. But the log was clean. There was no termites in there. The guy was a contractor. He took all the drywall off his living room, and every single 2x4 had termites in it. Every single termite was dead. Nothing was alive. Nothing was moving because of the nematodes in the soil and the baiting outside. And maybe the first log that they came in, we stopped it. We treated that log because they move in a line. If that highway is damaged, they can't go through there. Termites are very sensitive. So we wiped out all his termites, and they were eating his whole house. And they said, John, we cannot thank you enough.
Sure.
And they called another company that went in there and inspected it. And that company is now following our protocol on the baiting. And they bill themselves as Mr. Termite. So the baiting of termites is key. It really works for the termites. That job right there was a shock to me.
People
how
can
effective it is.
Yeah, they can have them for, like you said, a long time and not even know.
Because they go inside your wood. And if they make a hole on the outside of the wood, they fill it in with a mud tube. So when we inspect, we look for the mud tubes.
Yeah, that's what we look for on the walls in the basement. They look like veins going up, little veins of dirt.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the highways because they travel, they want to be enclosed when they travel because they're little soft little bodies.
Exactly. They're soft little bodies. They can't be exposed to air. So we dust those beams with the diatomaceous earth. It's a fossil shell powder that cuts them to pieces. And it never leaves the wood. Once we dust that wood, it's a permanent solution. Those termites will never touch that wood again. They can't eat it. Diatomaceous earth has a hardness on the most hardness scale of 7. Or a diamond, no, it's a 9, where a diamond's a 7. So it's a really hard substance, super sharp. And that's what we dust also for bed bugs and fleas, because all insects have a wax coating, and that diatomaceous earth scratches off the wax coating. So it really takes out the bugs, and it's green. It's as green can be.
It takes out the bugs, or do they just relocate to the neighbor's house?
Well, the neighbors always think that you're treating over here, now they're going to run over here, and then I hand my card over. But no, they don't go run to the neighbor's house.
Okay.
No.
All right. How about wasps? They're a problem, especially in this. In
That
the
big
hotter
nest. I
weather.
love to see a big, like a half a basketball up by the on the neighbor's house.
Yeah, I love that too. I love seeing those things. Wow.
How do you
I
get
wanna
rid
fly-
of
Get to work,
wasps?
buddy.
I want to fly my drone next to it.
Oh, that would be a good idea. Bang it in there.
Yeah, well, I watched a video. A guy had a drone and he put it right in front of the nest, and he had a big drone like I do, and you
Yeah.
get pop, 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 because the things are getting chewed
they're
by
getting
all
hit
the
by the
blades.
blades.
Yeah.
But did they swarm it or?
Yeah, they went after it because it's so noisy, and it was
Yeah.
right outside the nest. They went after it, but it
Wow.
was raining wasps because this thing was cutting them up.
Yeah. Wow.
It was a cool video.
We use drones too to check out the roof. You know, we spin around houses. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Get a drone with a sprayer on there.
Yeah, but the wind would put the spray all over the place. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But what do you do for hornets and wasps?
Hornets and wasps, we spray again, lemon balm. Believe it or not, the peppermint, I'm not sure what it is. I mean, everything we do is cutting edge. Something in our spray breaks up their pheromone cycle where they can't communicate and sting us. Because, you could spray and they form that tornado and they come down and they bite you.
Yeah.
They sting you. They'll sting you to death. But I could stand right under a giant nest. Doesn't matter how big it is. No bee suit. Just my spray right under it and not get stung. I've done it hundreds of times already. Clients are like, what are you doing?
You're going to
don't you
get
need
stung.
a suit? My kids were just over there and they got stung. But no, they drop down.
Very effective.
And they're gone. Yeah, it's amazing. They're gone right there. Like I even had a guy working for me from a chemical company, and it was the first day, and we actually had an opportunity to go under one of those giant nests. And it was under a porch, so there was really nowhere to run. I was standing right under it, and I sprayed it, and they dropped down, and he was in shock. And the client was in shock. They couldn't believe it. And it smelled great. And then I get my pole, and I scrape off the, little remainder. You don't want to see any of that stuff on there. Then I do a little dust on there so they don't rebuild. And that's it. You can even put some glue boards up there and catch the foragers that are coming in. But we don't like to do the glue boards too much. But, really anything. I definitely don't use glue boards for mice or rats. In my opinion, that's torture, sitting on there.
Yeah.
John Smith, Green Man Exterminator. How does somebody get in touch with you?
You guys could check out our website at greenmanexterminator.com. It's a nice website. We just got it redone. And you could also call us at 570-851-4863.
Thank you, John. Pat?
You're welcome.
Yes, we have a nice duplex at 1152 Loomis Avenue in Taylor for $165,000. This home, it's a side-by-side with 2 bedrooms on each side with the tenants paying their own heat and electric. The building can be rented out or as is or remodeled for top dollar rent. It has low taxes of less than $2,000 a year. It's in a great neighborhood on a quiet street along with the garage that could be rented out for extra income. That's a 2-unit at 1152 Loomis Avenue in Taylor for $165,000, and that's listed by Jessica Ruddy of our office.
It's time to thank our sponsor, Warren Construction. Do you have a never-ending list of household repairs and projects? Let Warren Construction and Handyman Services take care of it all for you. They specialize in a wide range of services from minor fixes to major renovations, and they are committed to providing quality workmanship at an affordable price. Their skilled and reliable handymen will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your home is transformed into the space you've always wanted. Don't wait any longer to tackle those home improvement projects. They take pride in helping their customers because you matter. Contact Warren Construction today at 570-209-2351 or visit warrenconstructionpa.com. Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate and 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be back after a very brief break. In your past real estate experiences, did you find most agents were mediocre? At Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, we defy mediocrity by being relentless. Don't settle for average. Contact the Relentless at Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. We have an excellent track record of serving the community for 50 plus years. Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's jruddy.com. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
With John Smith, Green Man Exterminator.
Hello.
Hello.
The bug man.
Yes. Very enlightening conversation with you last week and this week.
Thank you.
Let's move on because we don't have a lot of time. How do you deal with squirrels, mice, bats, those things?
Well, the squirrels, there's a lot of squirrels in Scranton.
Oh, man. They get in the house, and it's terrible. They do so much damage, and then they... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They chew it's okay. They chew the fascia boards, and they make their little holes, and they get in, and they run the ceilings, and drive everyone nuts.
Yes, they do.
What's the answer, other than getting a hawk, as your pet? What's the answer?
The hawk works.
I know.
The hawk is great.
The hawk works.
Okay.
We had a bunch of jobs where the client will call back and say, "Oh, no, you don't have to come. The hawk took care of it."
Yeah, but everybody doesn't have a hawk.
No. And then you go there and you actually see like hawk droppings with squirrel parts in it and stuff like that on the roof. So Mother Nature has a way of taking care of things. That's what it's all about. But this lady had multiple holes in her fascia boards, squirrels running all over the place. They used poison. They should have called me. We would have live trapped them and got them out of there and sealed it up. But she used poison, and she just wanted me to come by and inspect and see what was going on. By the time I got there, there was dead squirrels in the walls. It stunk pretty bad. Yeah, it was gross. And there was even a loopy squirrel on some kind of poison or something. It was trying to bite me. I mean, I never, ever had to shoot a squirrel, but I actually had to go out to my car, get my pellet gun, and take this one out. There was a hole in the floor that it chewed, and I was trying to get on the other side of the room to get it to go in the hole, and it wouldn't, and it kept on charging me, so it became a danger. It passed the threshold of dangerous animal, trying to bite. It could even have had rabies, but I didn't think so. I think it was
from the chemicals?
The rat poison she was using, yeah.
So how do you get rid of them?
So don't take matters in your own hands.
No,
call that story. Call you.
You'll seal the holes.
Yeah, you're not going to smell dead squirrels in your walls, and we could probably take care of it a lot better than that.
We had squirrels in a building we had, and we sealed the holes, but the main problem was they were jumping from the tree right onto the roof. I mean, we watched the branches of the trees. We had to get the tree guy to come and cut the trees back, and between that and cutting the holes and everything, it eliminated the problem. But they didn't have the easy access to our roof from the tree.
Oh yeah, they'll just run up the tree, jump down. It's a squirrel.
You mentioned
he doesn't even really need the tree. He'll just run up your gutter
if he wants to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw there was one lady. She cut down $10,000 worth of trees, and then the raccoon walked up her gutter.
Now
she was crying.
Right, in the raccoon. So it usually starts with mice, then it graduates to squirrels, then it graduates to a raccoon. And you usually see that, in like rural sections in country areas where, but it progresses.
There's a lot of rural sections down here and a lot of land. There's bear and everything down here in Scranton. Turkey. I see it all. Okay. My employee lives right over here by the mall, and she said a bear was in her yard in the morning. Couldn't believe it. But the squirrels, they're a nuisance down here. They chew wires in your house, too. You don't want squirrels in your house.
Very destructive.
They're very destructive. Like mice. The mice start first. This is a good question, Jackie. The mice start first, and in rural areas, and then you'll get a squirrel because the squirrels eat the mice, and then the raccoons eat the squirrels. So you'll get that order. Like a lot of times if they have a raccoon, I ask if they have mice and squirrels first, and they go, yeah. First we had mice, then we had squirrels, and now we got the raccoon.
Ugh.
Because they take each other's homes in the wild. Mm-hmm. The mice is at the bottom of the totem pole, so everybody wants a piece of the mouse.
All right. What about bats?
Oh, bats.
Bats are protected here in PA from April 15th to August 15th. And they get in your attics. They go down to the Carolinas and do the breeding for the winter. Then they fly back here about April. Come on in, have babies in your attic, make noise up there, lots of screeching. They sound like baby birds. Then they take off. But bats are beneficial. They eat all our bugs and mosquitoes.
I don't really see it that way.
We need the bats, but you definitely don't want them in your attic. Bats do spread disease, mostly clean, but they spread hantavirus. Also, what most people don't know is bats carry bat bugs. You have to have a big infestation to get to that point where there's grandma and grandpa bat that doesn't want to fly back to the Carolinas because they can't make that trip. So what they'll do is they'll stay back for the winter and they'll feed on bat bugs. Bat bugs are bed bugs. Basically, well, no, it's a bat bug, but they look just like a bed bug. Bed bugs come from back in the day, early Native Americans, cowboys, they would sleep in caves with the bats. Bat bugs would fall down, kind of infest them, and then they'd take it to the town, and that's how bed bugs were born, just like that. So bat bugs, I have seen extreme cases where bat bugs do come down through the light fixtures and bite the people inside. And they give you, bed bugs, believe it or not, are clean. They don't have a lot of parasites. Not true with bat bugs. Bat bugs are very dirty. If you're getting bit up by bat bugs, you better go to the hospital and get your blood checked because they're very dirty.
Yeah, I wish you could see Jackie's face right now as you're describing.
I know.
Well,
I didn't want to
have
scare
nightmares for
people. I don't
weeks
want to scare
already.
people, but that's just the truth.
Well,
Some
my
things
poor
I'm
wife
better
over there
off not
is
knowing.
horrified over
Yes.
there. This is like a Freddy Krueger story to her.
I know a lot of things you don't want to know.
Yeah.
Well, here's my saying anymore in life. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's something.
And we just did a bat job too. It was maybe a month ago. It was before April 15th, but he didn't have any bat bugs up there. We checked for him, but we treat it anyways, just as a precaution. Treat the attics for bat bugs.
And then how do you get rid of them? You seal up their access points, right? Isn't that like the most important thing you have to do?
Yeah. See, bats are tough because they have the sonar. They don't really need to see anything. They can just fly around, and that sonar will beam that little space. And then the sonar picks it up. So they can slide in under your soffits where it meets the roof and just slide right into your attics. They go up your siding caps. They hide under your shutters and your siding. Bats are slick. But we understand. So we go around, and it takes a while, but we seal that house up. And we guarantee it, no bats. And we do it in after breeding season. You know, like bats, if you have bats right now, you can call Green Man. We'll come by and check it out for you, give you a price, an estimate, and then we would come back after August 15th and do the job.
My poor wife would
I
lose
even
her
wait a
mind.
little
She
longer.
would lose her mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jackie. What?
John Smith, Green Man Exterminator. How does someone get in touch with you?
You could check out our website, greenmanexterminator.com, or call us at 570-851-4863.
Thank you, John,
You're
for
welcome.
being with us 2 weeks in a row.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
enlightening.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Pat?
Thank you.
We have a lovely tri-level home with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths at 203 Division Street in Troop for $299,000. This well-kept home sits on a half acre of land and has covered rear porch, a carport, a beautiful large yard, and a concrete driveway. This home also has a new roof and gutters. Inside this home is over 1,800 square feet of living space, central air conditioning, a walk-up attic, and beautiful hardwood floors. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 203 Division Street in Troop for $299,000, and that's listed by Kim Pizzanti of our office.
Remember, we're here next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM, The Talker.